It's my real pleasure to introduce a good friend who's served Nebraska as a state senator and as currently serves as Attorney General, our good friend Jon Bruning, who is a candidate for the U.S. Senate. Jon.
Thank you very much. Well, happy 4th of July. Nice to see you. I got to tell you, these Tea Party rallies just get me fired up. Absolutely get me fired up. Finally, after the 2010 elections, the people of this country stood up and said enough is enough. It's time to tell the federal government they need to slow down, they need to stop spending money that they don't have. Here in Nebraska, we've got a government that's figured that out. Every year we balance our budget. The Constitution says we have to. But at the federal level, these guys haven't figured it out. And as Attorney General for 9 years, I feel like I've spent more time than I can imagine filing lawsuits against the federal government, because that's the tool I've got as an Attorney General to slow them down. When I first became Attorney General, the federal government decided, to give you an example, to lower the requirement for arsenic in the water from 50 parts per billion to 10. Sounds like a great idea, right? Sounds easy. Who wants to drink arsenic? Problem is, every little town in Nebraska's got to pay for that. And what's the federal government going to do to help us? Well, they're going to say, we're going to give you a grant to take care of the requirement to put a new water filter. Well, where's the grant money come from? Out of your pockets. And my 96-year-old grandmother in Bruning, Nebraska looks at me and she says, Jon, the arsenic hasn't killed me yet. Again and again, I'm filing lawsuits against the federal government for the EPA and intrusions on your lives. They're more interested in protecting the piping plover and the dung beetle than they are protecting Grandma Smith's house here out on the river. And it's wrong. If you send me to Washington, I may be a one-termer, because I'm going to go there for one reason. It's to cut. This year, the federal government will bring in $2 trillion, and they're going to spend $3.5 trillion. You're going to have to send people to Washington with the willpower to cut. And I mean everything. Everything's on the table. We have to go to Washington, D.C. and tell them enough is enough, and we're close. There are 47 Republicans in the Senate. All 47 of them signed a balanced budget pledge this week. I can promise you I've already signed that pledge. If you send me to the Senate, it's going to be for a balanced budget amendment to the United States Constitution and a balanced budget at the federal level. This has to be done for the future of this great country. And I'm not about to take the liberal rhetoric that says this country's on the downslide. We've got our problems, but they're fixable. On Thursday, I was in Norfolk. I toured Nucor Steel. And some of you may say, well, that wasn't the smartest day to tour a steel mill. It was 102 degrees outside, 140 inside. But I can tell you, Nucor Steel is making the finest steel in the world. The Chinese can't hold a candle to it. American ingenuity and American manufacturing, still the best in the world. And I was proud of those guys at Nucor, and I know all over this country there's people that are ready to put this country back on track. If you send me to the Senate, I'm going to go there to put this country back on track. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud of us on this 4th of July, and I'm proud of you for showing up today. Thank you very much. Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, General. Thank you, Jon.